So what were the comics that I picked up this week? Stay tuned to find out. All right, you guys, well, thanks for sticking around. It's May 26th, a Wednesday. You know what that means. It's New Comic Book Day. Let's run through the obvious before we get started. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell so you can get updates whenever I post new comic book pick videos just like this. And I'm Mark from the Chumpcast. The Chumpcast is a podcast that I do weekly with a couple of my buddies, and we discuss all things nerd, whether it be TV, movies, comic books, anything pop culture related, we talk about it. And those episodes drop every Monday wherever you can find a podcast, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, Stitcher, Google Play, you name it, we're there, so go check us out. And if you want to get a deeper look into some of the things that I like to collect, like comic books, but also omnibuses, statues, trading cards, things like that, you can find me on Instagram at MarkNerdyAF. Last thing, if this is your first time watching these comic book pick videos, just know these are my comic book picks. These are not reviews. I'm literally going to my LCS, grabbing those books, coming back, and doing this video. I have not read these yet, so these picks can be based off of numerous things. You know, it could be if it's a great ongoing series. Maybe I think the book's going to be worth some money down the road. If I just really like the cover, if I really like the artist or the writer, or whatever it may be. All those things come into play for these picks that I put out weekly. So just know, I haven't read them yet. I do plan on reading them, but there are other reasons why I'm picking these books up. All right, let's start with our indie titles. First one up I have here is The Witcher Witch's Lament #1. This is the first issue of a 4-part miniseries. It's being written and illustrated by people I'm not really familiar with. And you might be saying, well, why'd you pick this up? Well, because I just really love this franchise. This is based off of the games that were developed by CD Projekt Red, and Dark Horse is the publisher of this book, and they have done, I think now, a handful of Witcher comic book series, and I've read a few, and they were actually pretty good. So with this only being 4 issues, I really didn't see a reason why not to pick it up. Just me loving the whole lore and the background of this game and the universe that it's set in, I was all for this. So with that, yeah, I'm grabbing this first issue for sure. All right, next up from Boom Studios, you know what this is. Something is Killing the Children. This is issue number 16. It is a James Tynion the 5th story, or 4th. Not, why did I say 5th? 4th. James Tynion the 4th. The 4th. Oh, James Tynion the 4th. And art is done by Werther Dell'Edera. There's really not much to say about this. I really hope you guys are all reading it. This is already an Eisner Award winning series, and I don't really see this ending anytime soon. I don't know if it's going to really go as long as like Saga. And speaking of Saga, it might just be second up to Saga right now for my favorite indie series of all time. And it's not even done yet. And supposedly it's going to get a lot better from solicitations. James Tynion talked a little bit about it, said, you know, you guys buckle up your seatbelts because you're in for a ride. And we've already experienced a pretty intense ride with this one. Highly recommend it. If you're not reading it, go ahead, pick up. I think the first 3 graphic novels are out already, so you can get started, and then you can pick it up whenever those single issues come out. So, Something is Killing the Children. This one is phenomenal. Get on it. Also, there was a great cover that came out this week by Jenny Frison. Just wanted to let you guys know, this is not my cover of the week, but damn was it close. Gorgeous. Maybe you want to pick this one up. I think it's just going for regular cover price. Sometimes hers are a little bit more hot than other covers, and they some LCSs might spike it up a little bit, but I didn't see that being done anywhere yet, and I think this might be a sought after cover, so maybe you want to get your hands on it. All right, next up from IDW is issue number 3 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. I am honestly not the biggest TMNT fan. And I didn't really get into the comics at all. Kevin Eastman wasn't like a household name to me. It's just, I don't know. I just never really checked out his stuff. And I always thought about like those movies in the 90s with Return of the Ooze, I think it was, or was that Power Rangers? I don't know. There was one with Ooze, like it was the second or third one, whatever. Yeah, but I always just whenever I heard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was never really the cartoon. I was a little bit young for those. It was always the movies, those live action movies. Never read the comics. Man, are the comics different. The comics are brutal. This isn't for kids, in my opinion. And this story has been amazing so far. I can see why people love Kevin Eastman and what he does and what he did with this series. And this just makes me want to go back and read everything that has come out for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You don't have to tell me. I already know I'm screwing up. And on top of a great story and great art, this is a great actual, physically a great book. It's a really solid, it is $9, but it's a really solid book. Really nice pages throughout. And yeah, when you go to the LCS, you'll notice just on the shelves, they all look really clean. I don't know how these are shipped. I assume they're shipped a little bit differently when they're published. Yeah, I'm really impressed overall with the series so far. And I'm going to be picking it up until it ends at issue 5. All right, continuing with IDW, we have Star Wars Adventures, The Weapon of a Jedi, number 1. I think this is also a mini series. I don't know if they've released how many issues will be within this series yet, but the overall premise is you have Luke Skywalker here. It actually takes place right after the Rebels blew up the Death Star, so it follows the events of him fleeing from the Empire and what takes place afterwards. I've said this plenty of times, Star Wars has been killing it currently with their comic books that they've been dropping. I'm usually not in on all the tie-ins and the little mini series that they do here and there. This one looked interesting enough. If you like Star Wars, I think you're not even going to care about what I have to say because I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. You're probably already yeah, done deal, I'm buying this. But for someone like me who's not the biggest Star Wars fan, this did appeal to me a lot more than some of the other titles. And I do like the fact that, this is following Luke Skywalker, who is one of my favorite characters, and showing us obviously all the shit that he's going to have to deal with from destroying the Death Star. So cool concept. Yeah, I'm checking this one out for sure. All right, last one up for indie titles. It's from Image Comics. It's Haha number 5, I think. Yep, issue number 5. This is for a specific type of reader. If you're unfamiliar with this series and actually the writer who's doing this series, this is from the creator, I think, of Ice Cream Man. And Ice Cream Man, like this, is an anthology series. The stories that are put together in that series are all over the place. Some are actually happy, some are super disturbing, depressing. You get all of that. And this one so far has been disturbing. I would say it's more along the lines of the messed up writing that I've seen in Ice Cream Man. And it stays true to a topic here, which is clowns. So it's a clown anthology. And yeah, you get different stories throughout each of these issues. I'm a big fan of the writing. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this series so far. I'm going to keep reading it. But yes, it is for a certain type of reader. And everyone's not going to enjoy this one. For me, I'm having a good time with it. All right, first one up for Marvel is Black Panther, number 25. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am not caught up on Black Panther. I mainly picked this up because I thought this was a neat looking cover. This one's done by Patrick Gleason, and it looks similar to a lot of the other covers that Gleason has done. I just like the style of it. And this was also close to getting my cover of the week, but dude, Gleason has just been milking these covers, and I'm a sucker because I keep buying them. But I did really like this one, but he's not doing anything different, which is kind of irritating me. He's still doing, that simplistic black background usually with the white outline of the character. I get it. It sells. That's fine. Obviously, it sells. I'm getting it. But yeah, it's nothing new for him. So for that, I'm not going to give the cover of the week to him. Later on, you'll see who I give it to. And there's one more thing I want to point out with this cover. You'll notice down here, I'll read it out for you. It says Fine Art Variant, Minimalism. Okay, cool. I don't think you necessarily, Marvel, have to point that out for us. That just seems a little fart sniffy. It's a little pretentious. We get it, Marvel. You don't have to spell it out for us right on the cover. Cool. Anyways, I digress. Still, I like this cover enough, but I think you'll get it when you go to your LCS. They really went overboard with all the covers they put out for Heroes Reborn with these new fine art variants. Same thing with Black Panther. There was a bunch of some cool covers, but overall I just thought it was a little bit much. Whatever. I hope they pull that back a little bit and I don't see these fine art variants everywhere. You can make them look like fine art variants, but the whole actually putting a stamp in the lower left hand side, a little bit fart sniffy. All right. Let's talk about the complete opposite of fart sniffy, is Alien #3. This is another Marvel book. No more is it being published by Dark Horse. It's a Marvel title now. And yeah, it's not off to a great start. I'm not going to act like Alien is the most complex and interesting universe there is. It's pretty simple in the fact that it's aliens that usually take over a ship and kill everyone. And they're doing that here, but there's some problems I'm having. First one being the art. It's not like the art is bad, per se. It's just not good alien art, if that makes any sense. I don't know. The way Alien is drawn in this book is not the greatest. This is the variant cover. This is by Inyuk Lee, so you might be looking at the cover like, dude, what are you talking about? That's an awesome cover. Yeah, it is an awesome cover. Inyuk Lee has been doing great covers for this, but the interior art is not the best. And it's really tough for me to say that because I am actually a big Alien fan. I do have a really good time at the movies, and I have in the past really enjoyed the comic book series that we've gotten for this franchise. However, I think I'm just going to have to hold up on this arc and just put the book down and say, you know what, this isn't it for me. Maybe the next time around when they have, a new series going, I'll check it out. But for right now, I'm not impressed. I think this is going to fall off my pull list. All right, last one up for Marvel. We have Young Squadron #1. And this is a tie-in or a spin-off of the Heroes Reborn event that we're getting from Marvel. It's another big event, kind of like Empire. And I am pretty interested in where this book is going to go. It's going to follow a lot of the younger characters. We have Miles Morales, Kamala Khan, Sam Alexander. These 3 younger characters are going to be taking on the mantle of current characters within the Marvel Universe. Then I'm at least going to check out the first couple issues. I'm a big advocate of, at least getting the first issue of series that I think have a decent concept. So this one has my attention. I'm going to give it a shot. I think you might want to do the same. All right, first one up for DC, we have Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom #1. This is being written by Brandon Easton, and the art is done by Yannick Paquette. Yannick Paquette, I think, is killing it with this cover right here. A lot of cool neon colors being incorporated, and it even gives me like a slight sense of anxiety. It's like these lightning bolt things are restraining Mr. Miracle or pulling him down or whatever, and it's like it's all blending together, and you can't make out like the perspective of this. Where's the line? Where are the lines being drawn? I have no idea. Does that even make sense? But with that said, I'm going to give this my cover of the week. Yeah, I don't even know what that is about. There's something to this cover, though, that appeals to me. I think it's really cool looking. As for the story, I don't know that much about Mr. Miracle. Yes, I have not read Tom King's Eisner Award winner Mr. Miracle series. I'm the worst guy ever. I know. Don't tell me about it. I already know. But I'm looking forward to this one. Who knows? I'm going to try this one out. And if it fails, I at least have a cool looking cover. All right, next up for DC is Batman, Fortnite Batman, whatever, 0 Point #2. And want to thank you to the viewers of these videos because somebody commented last week. I think it was actually Azrael. Thank you for commenting, Azrael. Appreciate it. Azrael pointed out that the only reason that they're packaging this comic book is not because you get like a cool cover. It's not like this is the cover of a cover or anything like that where you peel back and there's a hidden cover behind it. But it's, I guess, because there's a code that's within this book, and the code will give you, I don't know, a skin or some type of downloadable content on the Fortnite game, I think. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't play Fortnite, so that really doesn't matter to me. I am having a great time with the story, though, and even if you're not into the game like I am, that doesn't mean that you're not going to like this story. You're not going to like this comic. So check it out. I do recommend this one. All right, last one up, we have Batman Detective Comics 1036. Holy shit. There are a lot of issues of Batman Detective Comics, but for good reason. This has continued to be a pretty solid series, and one that I'm always kind of on and off with. I stop it for a couple issues, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to catch up. I read it, I'm like, maybe I did kind of like that, and then I continue picking it up. And it's going places. we have a new character that supposedly shows up in this issue. Not going to fully give it away, but I will say it is the female version of a very notable villain of Batman's. And the villain maybe is a little mucky and a little clayey. Okay, I'm done. All right, whatever. New first appearance of a character. Not sure if she will be sticking around. Maybe it's a 1-issue thing. Maybe it's a 3-issue thing. Maybe it's a 20-issue thing. Who knows? This is an issue to have, maybe for key purposes. This could end up being a key comic. I don't know if this new character becomes something. We'll have to find out. But that is one of the reasons why I picked this one up. Batman Detective Comics 1036. You might want to check it out. All right, well, if you stuck with me for the full video, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to these videos, double thank you. It's cool that you're checking this out. Please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell so you can get updates whenever I post new videos, just like this one. I hope you guys all have good luck at your LCS this week. Let me know in the comments what you decided to pick up. Were they some of the same books? Is there something I'm missing out on? I want to hear from all of you. But I got a lot of reading to catch up on, so until next time, jumps out.